We got this tree Black Friday 2011. We've been using the same old boring skirt this whole time, and I recently saw the tree collars, tree boxes, the wood that goes around. So we're gonna make a quick and dirty collar box so that I can get this tree put up today. Okay, so we're looking at 12.5 inches wide, 12.5 inches deep. And let's call it 10 inches to the, it's actually 10.5 to the middle of this, so we'll call it 10 inches tall. I don't want it to be super form-fitting, so let's make the box 16 by 16, just to give us a little bit of room. So these are offcuts from the IKEA desk that I built a couple months ago, and you can see the video up here. Cutting the end of the 2x2 to square it up. And I'm going to measure up 10 inches. Now that I have a 10-inch piece, I'm going to set up a stop block so I can get all 4 legs to be exactly the same size. So these are old pallet boards that I probably took apart a year ago, 3¼ inches. So you should be able to get about 3 of these per. Perfect. So I'm just going to cut, make it 3 sides, so I'll need 9 of these. So I'm going to cut 9 of these at 16 inches. So I just marked this at 16 inches. It's right in the middle of a couple of nails, because, you know, why would I take all the nails out? So I'm going to extend it over and then cut it more there. So the board's just a little bit too long here for my fence, so I'm going to get a cinder block, set it up right there, then I'm just going to drive in a couple of screws to help hold it in place. There we go. Since this is going in the house, I'm going to give everything a quick sanding to make sure I get the worst of the schmutz off. 120 grit. So I'm going to start with making the sides first. We're just going to glue and screw the sides. The front will only be screwed so that we can take it apart later. Now here's the question. The rough edge that I put at the top, I've only got 2 of them, so I think I'll put that at the top at the front. And I'm using 1-inch drywall screws because that's what I have. Okay, so I propped the sides up and I'm putting the front over to cover the edge grain of the pieces underneath, and I'm just gonna attach these with screws, no glue, so that I can take it apart later and store it with all the Christmas decorations. So at this point, if you wanted to, you could just throw this in the house, put the tree in it, you'd be good to go. I'd advise at least putting some kind of a clear coat or a coating on top of it. You could paint it, you could stain it. In my case, I'm in love with amber shellac right now, so I'm going to give it a good coating of amber shellac. So I'm all done with the tree collar, tree box. The sides are all glued together. The fronts are just held in with screws so I can take it apart and save it for next year. It has 1 coat of amber shellac on the inside, 2 coats of amber shellac on the outside. I'll let that all dry. We're gonna set the tree up tonight. Gonna set this around it, and hopefully it'll look pretty cool. If you like this project, please consider subscribing. And you can also download free plans on my website at www.funwithwoodworking.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.